Hi lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup Misfit, and today is my project level up update. So I have been working on my level 1 for this project so far, which has been the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Now of course, if you're aware, you have to use every shade in the palette one time and hit one pan. Now, I'm going to show you guys the inside of this palette and I am so excited about it. I have hit my one pan and I have hit every shade in here one time. So I get to level on up to level 2 today, but we're going to chat about this palette a little bit first. Now, I know that I didn't have an actual shade in mind that I wanted to hit pan on, but I just kept gravitating towards this shade right here, which is called Awakening. And that's just what happened to be the shade that I ended up hitting pan on. Now, I'm going to try and remember to post it. I did hit this back in February, so if I did do an update in March, I would have moved on to level 2 at that point. It was February 27th, and I was so excited about it. I tried to take looks. I'm going to try and post those as well, but it just wasn't really given off how beautiful the look was in person in the photos. So it doesn't do it justice, but I was absolutely loving this. I tried over a couple of days, even after I hit pan, I used it once or twice more and I still really enjoyed it. I was pairing it a lot with, I want to say these two here, just kind of did a look with those other shades that I'd been working on in my collection at the time. And I was just so happy to finally hit pan. I don't, unfortunately, have the exact amount of uses because even though I was trying to keep track in my notebook, which I will show you in a second, I just really wasn't doing very well with that. But I want to say it was at least in the 20s, probably minimum. So this is the notebook that I've been trying to keep track with for this project, and this is what this was looking like. So this is going to be the layout going forward of my palettes. I'm just going to write everything down, the shades, and hopefully be able to keep track of the actual usage that it's taking me to hit pan in whichever shade I may end up hitting pan on. And also because I have to now use every shade twice and in the palette, I'm hoping that this is going to be able to help me keep track a lot easier. I try to keep it with me when I'm doing my eyeshadow or like out so I can see it, and then I just try and mark it down and remember what I'm doing. So level 1 is done and I am so excited that it was a Natasha Denona palette. Now my level 1, I was only able to choose Natasha Denona palettes the way that I have this set up. But I was so happy that I'm actually able to have a pan in one of my Natasha Denona palettes, and we won't be working on any more of these unless we roll back to level 1 before the end of this year. So I may take those palettes that I had for my level 1 options and use them in other projects just to get a little bit more use on them so that they're not just sitting there. But we'll have to see how it goes, and I'm so excited about it. Look, it's a sunrise. That's so cute. Okay, anyways, we're moving on to level 2, and I have my list beside me, and I shouldn't be dreading this because I knew I put these in this list for a reason, but they are going to be a little difficult. Now, the way that I have everything kind of lined up here is I wanted to put specific palettes within specific levels, knowing how difficult they were going to be or how easy they would be if I was willing to use a certain palette 5 times, only once. You know how it goes. So for level 2, I have 4 palettes to choose from, and those 4 are my Lila Cosmetics After Dark palette, my Too Faced Pumpkin Spice, Urban Decay Naked Honey, and my Viseart Violet Étendue palette. So we are going to randomize 1 through 4 and find out which palette we are working on, and whichever one wins, I have to use every shade in that palette twice and hit 2 pans. So knowing that this was going to be difficult as well, I wanted to throw harder palettes into this because I really don't want to use any of these palettes 5 times, hit 5 pans in them. I knew Natasha Denona was perfect for level 1. Level 2, I also wanted to throw my harder palettes into, and now that we're there, we're gonna have to see how this goes. I'm excited about it, but I am very curious as well to see how this is gonna work out. Okay, so we're going to, there's no history to clear anymore. Okay, we're gonna clear my history. I have 1 through 4. Cross your fingers. We're working on number 3, which is my Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. And I had that thought in my mind that that may be the one that I choose, and sure enough. So I'm happy because I haven't used that palette in such a long time. So I can finally get some more love on it. But let me go get that, show you guys what it's looking like, and talk about my thoughts. Okay, so I have my palette here. I purchased this at Sephora when they had it on like half off. So I paid $35 for it. So it's not bad. But this is what my palette's looking like. So I have not used any of the shimmers in this palette. Except for this one, you can see a little like wear down here. I think I only used it maybe once or twice. Other than that, whenever I was using this palette, I would use every single matte in here within one look. So I'm probably going to be able to hit my 2 uses on every shimmer and every matte in this palette, but I don't know what I want to focus on to try and hit pan on. Now, I might leave it up in the air and just see which 2 end up having pan on it by the end. I don't know if I want to specifically choose my shades to focus in on. Things may change over the next few levels. We'll have to see how it goes. But I really do think that I'll be able to hit pan, or not hit pan, sorry, I'll be able to use all of the shades in here twice, no problem, especially if I can try and remember how I did the look with all of the mattes. I'm going to try and do that again, and even if I just do that twice, then I can have all of the mattes used within just like a couple of days, which would be amazing. But yes, as for the shimmers, I really have to figure out what I'm going to do. I have a feeling this is going to be one of them, which is HBIC and maybe Flyby. I might pull the easy cards and use these 2, which seem to be a little bit easier, and then I can kind of like just work the other ones into looks as I need to, just to get the 2 uses on them. But that's kind of where I'm leaning, and that might be what ends up happening. This one might not be bad either, but I think it's Sweet is a matte. So I can use that in my inner corner, in my crease, and I might be able to get a good dip on it, but I don't know how well it's going to be to hit pan on. I've never hit a pan on any of these shades before, any Urban Decay shades, so I have a feeling they're difficult just from like other people doing them. From what I've seen, it does seem to take quite a long time, but we're going to try my best. We're going to see what I can do over the next couple of days. I am glad that it's a neutral palette because I do have other neutrals I'm working on, so at least I can like pair those all together one way or another, and any color that I'm working on, I can just focus on that color, which I'm really happy about, to be honest. So I'm glad that I chose this palette. Even though I know it's going to be a bit of a stretch, it's going to be a bit of a journey, but I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. So hopefully we can get this done. I know it's going to definitely take me a few months for sure. I am hoping to try and get to level, I would love to obviously get to level 5 by the end of this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We're going to have to see. Even if I can hit level 4, I'll be good. I have some palettes in level 5 that I really want to use though, so we're going to have to see how it goes. But that is so far into the future. We don't need to worry about that right now. So let me know if you have this palette, if you use this palette, if you've ever hit pan on a shade in either this one or any of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, and how long did it take you? I'm going to try my best to keep track of the usages, and I'm also going to try my best to take photos and post that to show you guys. But I'm actually excited about this one. I was a little nervous, but I'm excited about it. Get the harder palettes out of the way, and we can start to work on the fun, easier palettes as the time goes, as we level on up. So that is it. Let me know down below what you think, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.